She's special, just like you. Hear his voice.
Are you okay?
Fist bump.
Let her in!
Nobody knew why some people had powers, but as long as they were effective workers, it didn't matter.
Huddled in the shadows of society, a mere 4% of humanity possesses extraordinary abilities, condemned to a life of poverty and oppression. Their existence is closely monitored, their every move scrutinized. With automation rendering their skills obsolete, unemployment soars, leaving hundreds jobless and desperate. Crime flourishes, fueled by the circulation of a potent drug known as psych, derived from the superhuman spinal fluid. In a bid to maintain order, the government unleashes specialized police robots designed to patrol the streets, but their heavy-handed approach results in the massacre of many superhumans. Desperate for peace, the law enforcement agency retreats, introducing a groundbreaking solution: advanced, friendly robot dogs. Remarkably, this innovation brings about a newfound sense of safety and tranquility among the populace. The tale begins with the liberation of Connor, emerging from the shackles of his only to be confronted by Garrett, an old friend offering a ride, seeking to repay a debt from a time when Garrett's actions landed Connor behind bars. Yet Connor vehemently declines, haunted by memories of Garrett's betrayal. Fast forward 6 months, we encounter Pavani, a 14-year-old child, part of the superhuman faction gifted with remote auditory abilities, accompanied by her elder brother Tarak, navigating life together. During a family dinner, Pavani proudly shares her achievements, revealing that her once-free education is now burdened with fees. Despite Pavani's reluctance to ask, Tarak vows to shoulder the financial burden. Meanwhile, the city buzzes with the introduction of new robotic dogs, while Garrett and his cohorts engage in illicit transactions to produce the drug known as psych, a venture aimed at the survival of superhumans. Enter Sergeant King, revered for his reformist agenda, poised for a presidential bid. Yet amidst his lofty aspirations, illegal drug deals thrive unchecked, even as King remains aware. Simultaneously, Tarak implores Garrett for a promotion beyond mere drug peddling, seeking greater financial stability to support his sibling. However, Garrett deems Tarak's capabilities insufficient. In a twist of fate, Sergeant King unveils the latest, more community-friendly robot, with Pavani among the onlookers, unwittingly witnessing the unfolding drama.
Buddy. And a round of applause for Piper.
Under the veil of darkness, Garrett and his henchmen prepared a sum of money. He ordered his men to deliver the cash to the extortionist. Unbeknownst to them, Tarak had been shadowing them in disguise all along. The money was stashed in a locked trash bin, and Tarak schemed to snatch it. As he laid his hands on the money, he was startled by the arrival of a car. To his horror, it was Sergeant King and his henchmen, complicit with Garrett in this dark enterprise. Tarak hid behind the trash bin, attempting to use his powers to blend in, but he was discovered. He made a desperate attempt to flee, pursued by a robotic dog. Finally, finding refuge in a warehouse, Tarak felt a moment of safety, only to realize too late that the robotic dog had tracked him down once more. The tension mounts as Tarak's perilous escape unfolds amidst the relentless pursuit. Tarak returned home. He was once again attacked by the robotic dog, cornered, and eventually surrendered. Unfortunately for Tarak, Sergeant King's camera ordered the immediate execution of Tarak. Pav witnessed the incident. He was nearly attacked, but suddenly the camera inexplicably went offline. Shifting focus to Connor. Connor, a psychic user after his release from prison, led a life as a janitor in a multi-purpose building. One day, he was visited by Davis, a member of the LCPD. Davis informed him that he had stopped working with Garrett. Much had changed during Connor's 5 years in prison. Then Davis left, leaving his card behind. Drama and tension followed every step of their confusing and perilous sequence of events. Then Mina arrived, a key figure in the building and a surrogate mother figure to Connor. Meanwhile, Sergeant King discovered his beloved robot damaged, a result of Pav's actions the previous night. Feeling his reputation threatened, Sergeant King prepared to confront Pavani. Pavani was found hiding in an equipment warehouse, but her trauma rendered her silent. Connor brought her to Mina, who revealed that Pavani's brother, Tarak, had been killed the previous night. The police arrived, and Connor attempted to flee with Pavani. However, their escape was caught on CCTV, adding to Connor's troubles. Sergeant King expressed his grievances to Garrett about Connor's interference. At Connor's apartment, Pavani watched the news revealing the truth about her brother's death. Pavani grew furious, her powers unleashed.
Listen. What?
Everything's fine. Just a wellness check.
They tried to escape, but were ambushed by police robots. Connor used his electric powers, while Pav manipulated drone signals. Pavani admitted they needed help, surprising Connor. He sought assistance from Garrett, who was now colluding with the police. Garrett offered a solution, erasing Pavani's memory of the murder night. They took Pavani to June's house, where her memories were wiped. However, Connor's concerns prompted him to halt the process. Garrett intervened, sparking Connor's anger. Tempers flared, leading to a confrontation between Connor and Garrett.
He's fucking dead.
At Mina's house, Koran borrowed her car and hurriedly left the unsafe city. However, they were stopped on the road by Garrett and his henchmen. Garrett, fueled by rage, aimed to solve the problem by killing Pav, but Koran intervened, refusing such brutality. Sergeant King, watching from afar, saw Garrett hesitating to act, prompting him to launch his attack. One by one, Garrett's men fell, but Mina, though critically wounded, survived. Desperate, Garrett tried to persuade Koran to cooperate for their escape, but Koran's trust in him had evaporated. In desperation, Mina urged Koran to obey Garrett, sacrificing herself. As night fell, Sergeant King approached the dying Mina, solemnly inquiring about the whereabouts of her fleeing. They head to Garrett's old orphanage first, which is now dilapidated. Garrett asks for Koran's help to remove the bullet lodged in his body. They argue again about Garrett's actions. He claims everything he did was for his people. After removing the bullet, Garrett tells Pav about his deceased sibling.
Are those your friends?
Just me now.
The next day, they receive a visitor, Davis, who reveals Sergeant King's corruption and the difficulty in bringing him down. The only way is to expose all the corruption to the public, and the only evidence lies in his robot dog's memory. They plan to steal the robot from his house.
Get in, we get the dog, we get out.
Upon arriving at Sergeant King's house, his wife says he's not home yet, but they decide to wait, posing as colleagues. When Sergeant King returns, Pav tries to take the robot, surprising him alongside Koran and Garrett. Unable to act in front of his wife, Sergeant King eventually uses his powers, revealing himself as part of the population of superhumans like Garrett, but he has kept it hidden from the public.
Oh, just over here.
Thank you.
They're gonna come. We're gonna get caught. We have to leave right.
However, due to infrequent use, his powers are weak. After some time, they manage to take the robot to the tower to transfer its memory contents before making it public.
Your guys, they'll be ready? Yeah.
However, Pav realizes there's no computer to transfer the data. Once again, Garrett makes a unilateral decision, planning to continue his drug business and hoping to control Sergeant King with the memory. Soon, Sergeant King and his forces arrive. Negotiations ensue, but Garrett's expectations are not met, and he faces consequences.
What do you want, Garrett?
Turn around. That's the deal.
That's not gonna work for me. You wanna know?
With public attention on the scene, he can't act arrogantly or kill indiscriminately, especially with reporters ready to record. He orders his troops to enter the building to find his robot dog. Pav sees an opportunity with the reporter. They can expose everything through the media. But first, they must get past Sergeant King's forces to escape from the tower. They are ambushed by the robot dog, which blocks their escape. Corin tries to fend it off, but the robot proves too powerful, injecting Corin just like it did to Tarak. Fortunately, Pav steps in and manages to control the robot. When they encounter one of Sergeant's henchmen, Pav orders him to attack. Unexpectedly, a bullet hits Pav, causing him excruciating pain, but he refuses to give up. He urges Corin to keep moving forward. In agony, they reach the bottom. Corin asks for the camera to show the truth.
Meet the camp.
Everybody stand down!
I'm here. We're never the answer. Things are only built to detain. We made changes.
Sergeant King arrives too late, raging, and ultimately gets apprehended.